Welcome guys, it's the author of the Sanctuary project, known as Stepheads or MrFade. Just a quick update on the project and where it's heading and just the new general features that I've implemented through this period of my absence. The project will be relaunching very shortly and we will be accepting new users. We have developed a specific forum where you can purchase licenses to the Sanctuary project, where you can share routes and combat suggestions, and where you can do just about everything in the community together on one localized place. No worrying about Discord and things like that. The login server has also been updated, so there will be no more outages in that department. There won't be periods where people were battling to log in. That's all sorted and all external, and we will have no downtime there. Right, so jumping into what's actually changed. Looking in the GUI, first things first, obviously you can see that there's quite a theme going on, and you will notice that this theme carries throughout the launcher, the website, and just about everything. Right, so the combat tab, if we just load up a profile. Now, some of you may remember this from previous updates. This has all been fixed and is all working correctly now, so we all have conditions in our combat profiles. For example, here, if we wanted to set the key to 2, that would be a heroic strike, and just for complications, to keep it simple, I'm just going to say whenever our health is above 2%, we're going to cast Heroic Strike. Now I know that's a really bad profile, but just for demonstration purposes, we are only a level 2. Or let's say, actually rather, let's make it that we have above 15% in Rage. And power is either your mana, energy, or rage. In this case, it'll be our rage because we're playing a warrior. And we can close that. We could save that profile if we wanted to, but there isn't much of a need considering it's so simple. Right, now, pathing. Pathing has had a complete rework, and I'm really excited to show you this. There is no longer a need for any of this rotation stuff. That is completely null and void. And I know something you guys might be concerned of, but don't worry, all old routes will still work on this new system. It may not be optimal, but it will still run, and you can still load those old paths. A new tab as well that I've had a lot of questions about is the advanced pathing tab, and while this isn't completely finished, it's a fair bit glitchy, as you can see by the player's power integer, but don't worry, it's coming together as I'll demonstrate now. The auto target feature is exactly the same as always. You just set that up and it'll cast 5 every 5 seconds in this example, and I'm just going to simply drag and drop the macro to our 5 key, so it will target, and this macro simply just targets a mob. Right, so we're almost ready to hit go. As a matter of fact, I think we are. Yeah. So now you can see that the pathing system no longer has north, south, east, and west. As a matter of fact, it is completely free of that. It's all done in-house. You just simply record the route, and the bot does all the pathing, all the calculations behind that, and you don't have to stress about it. It also comes with this really nice GUI, as you can see, and this is an advanced profile, meaning that we can essentially program conditions into the paths. So in this instant, I've made it run this route and then kill 10 mobs and then load a different route. As you can see in the log, it says we've killed 1 of 10, and this will go on for a while. Obviously, once it's done killing us 10 mobs, it will load a second route in which it goes further up here and kills scorpions, which are obviously a higher level than the boars. So this is kind of a very basic principle that I've been working on, and this involves kind of hoping that this can turn into kind of a grinding, leveling route. Obviously you can put auto loot on, you can gather along these routes as well, and yeah, I'm really excited that it no longer uses turning points. All you have to do to record a route is simply hit record and run your route. Don't have to worry about whatever direction you're facing, it honestly doesn't matter. Another awesome feature that I'm also quite excited to present to you guys is the resurrections. So now, for example, I'm not going to demonstrate it because it might take a while to kill myself, literally, but if I were to die in this route, as this is an advanced route, this can also work in just normal plain routes, it doesn't have to be advanced routes, you'll see that there's a tab called Graveyard. So essentially, when the program dies, it realizes that it's died, and it can load an independent route to take you to your death point. And essentially, when the character dies, it loads that route runs to the starting point of the previous route, and long story short, it resurrects you. So yes, we now have ghost running, and paths can now become more sustainable. Even if the bot does die, it can resurrect and carry on as if it hadn't. Obviously, to help it not die, I mean that's the first prize, we have the eat and drink after combat. So if the player's health is below, mana is below, you can set that and it'll eat or drink. Same for healing spells, you can also implement that in your combat profile. You can use healing spells, you can use mana potions, health potions, and another use of healing spell. Another quite fiercely suggested feature is buff timers. So essentially this will just send a buff or key every X minutes and X seconds. This can be used to keep pets happy. I know hunters were complaining that pets were running away after grounding for a long period of time. As you can see, we just labeled in the background. So yeah, you can use this to obviously feed your pets every X minutes, or to keep up buffs. So if I were a priest, I could keep up buffs, paladin keep up buffs, and just general kind of things that you can send to the game every X and every second or minute. Yeah, that's a very, very brief oversight. And yeah, like I said, we do have a new forum, and I'm very excited to see more users get into that and share more awesome paths, because the project has come leaps and bounds from when it was. And also, just before I get, there was another feature implemented. I improved the unstuck feature. I know a lot of people were complaining that the bot was getting stuck on just really simple things. That has been corrected. The bot now has a more advanced unstuck formula. While not completely foolproof, it is definitely better. So yeah, I'm just gonna try to stop this. Yeah, I'm gonna stop the route just for the round. As you can see, it loaded the second round in which it would go kill scorpions. So yeah, another thing I wanted to show you guys is, for example, if I'm targeting a mob, and as you can see, we've engaged the combat system, but now for some reason the bot gets stuck, something's happening, and I can't kill the mob. In this case, I'm just stopping the bot from running to it. You'll notice that the bot now avoids targets that it can't kill. And if we give it a second or two here, it should clear the target and give us an avoid message in the log. It obviously varies based on distance and stuff, but there we go, we got the avoid, and if we jump into the log, it says combat took too long, avoiding the mob. So yeah, that helps with a lot of situations where the bot gets stuck. I hope I haven't missed out too many features. I am really keen to start working on the project again, and I hope you guys are still very passionate about it and very excited. So thanks for listening to me rant on for however long the video is, but let me know if you have any questions. Don't hesitate to contact me on my Discord or post a thread on the suggestions or support